This is the story of Jennifer Williams and what happened when her marriage became entangled with court cases, fraud allegations, and a growing list of legal consequences. This breakdown covers the verified facts behind Jennifer Williams' current situation, her husband Christian Gold's legal troubles, and where everything stands now, based only on documented reports and court records. Jennifer Williams is best known as a longtime cast member on Basketball Wives, where her personal life has often played out in public. Over the years, she's built a reputation as someone outspoken, confident, and unapologetic about her choices, and that public visibility is exactly why her recent relationship and marriage have drawn so much attention. In July 2023, Jennifer publicly confirmed her relationship with Christian Gold, also known as Christian Walden. By August 2023, the two announced their engagement, and at the time, the relationship moved quickly and was celebrated publicly on social media and later discussed on Basketball Wives. But what viewers didn't fully understand yet was that Christian was already dealing with legal issues that would later become central to this story. Christian Gold had an existing probation case in Georgia. According to court-confirmed records, that probation included travel restrictions, but despite that, in mid-2024, Jennifer and Christian traveled to Europe, including Italy and Switzerland, and authorities later determined that this travel violated the terms of Christian's probation. The violation reportedly came to light through Jennifer's own social media post documenting the trip. On September 6, 2024, Christian was arrested for violating probation. Court documents confirmed that the restitution tied to this probation case was $12,500, and around the same time, a judge allowed Christian a temporary release from custody so he could attend his wedding. On September 14, 2024, Jennifer Williams and Christian Gold were married in Paris. The wedding itself became a point of controversy because it happened while Christian was actively dealing with legal consequences, and shortly after the ceremony, he returned to custody and served 15 days related to the probation violation. As this unfolded, public reaction intensified. Cast members from Basketball Wives, particularly Evelyn Lozada, expressed skepticism about Christian's background and raised concerns on the show, while Jennifer defended her relationship and pushed back against criticism, both on television and publicly. The legal issues did not stop with the probation violation, though. In February 2025, a civil lawsuit was filed in Cobb County, Georgia, and 21 plaintiffs accused Christian Gold of running what they described as a Ponzi-style investment scheme. According to the lawsuit, Christian allegedly obtained $120,460.86 from individuals across the country by misrepresenting investment opportunities. The plaintiffs allege fraud, wire fraud, and violations of the Georgia RICO Act, and it's worth noting that these were civil allegations, not criminal convictions, and they were presented as claims to be proven in court. The lawsuit also claimed that the alleged victims believed they were participating in legitimate investment opportunities, only to later find that funds were not being handled as promised. And some reports connected these allegations to as many as approximately 150 individuals, based on court filings and related complaints. Christian Gold did not respond to the lawsuit. Because there was no response or court appearance, a default judgment was entered in January 2026, and the court ordered Christian to pay $367,625.20. This figure included damages and legal considerations outlined in the civil judgment. And a default judgment, by definition, does not occur because a defendant is found guilty after trial, but because they failed to respond to the legal action. Around the same period, additional lawsuits were reported. In May 2025, another civil suit was filed alleging additional financial losses of approximately $100,000. And some plaintiffs also opposed Christian's attempt to change his name, arguing that the name change could complicate legal accountability. There were also reports from entertainment outlets that plaintiffs had contacted federal authorities and that possible FBI involvement was being discussed. However, no official federal charges or public confirmations from federal agencies were released, and those claims remain unverified by official statements. Throughout all of this, Jennifer Williams remained publicly supportive of her husband. She continued to defend him and criticize cast members and commentators who questioned his credibility. And on Basketball Wives, the tension between Jennifer and other cast members grew, with skepticism clashing directly against her loyalty. One of the most misunderstood parts of this situation involves viral headlines and online video titles claiming that Jennifer cried or that her husband fled with scam money. Based on verified reporting, there is no confirmed evidence that Christian fled the country to avoid legal consequences, nor is there documentation of a specific public incident where Jennifer was filmed crying in response to these lawsuits, and those elements appear to come from commentary, reaction videos, or unofficial sources, rather than court records or mainstream reporting. What is verified is that Christian Gold has an active default judgment against him and multiple civil lawsuits tied to alleged financial misconduct. What is also verified is that Jennifer Williams' personal and public life has become increasingly linked to these legal developments. As of early 2026, Christian Gold remains responsible for the $367,000 civil judgment. Civil litigation connected to the alleged investment scheme continues, and questions surrounding additional claims have not been fully resolved in court, while Jennifer Williams continues to address the situation publicly and has not distanced herself from her husband in any documented way. This situation sits at the intersection of reality television, public perception, and the legal system. On one side are court documents, judgments, and lawsuits that outline serious allegations and financial consequences, while on the other side is a reality TV star standing by her partner while facing intense public scrutiny. At the center of it all is a reminder of how quickly private legal matters can become public narratives when fame is involved. For Jennifer Williams, the story is no longer just about a marriage or a season of television. It's about how personal loyalty, legal accountability, and public opinion collide in real time. And that brings us back to the premise of this breakdown. This is the story of Jennifer Williams and what happened when her relationship became inseparable from courtrooms, lawsuits, and unanswered questions that are still unfolding.